The Rizz that devours. People thought Duke Dennis was just that dude. Smooth voice. Icy chains. Game like poetry. Girls didn't just like him, they gravitated toward him. But no one ever asked why. Not really. It wasn't luck. It wasn't swagger. It was ancient. It was hunger. Duke wasn't born in this era. He was summoned into it. Thousands of years ago, in a crumbling temple deep in what's now Ethiopia, the god of Allure made a pact with a priestess. In exchange for immortality and control over desire itself, he gave up his soul. Or rather, it was taken from him. Ripped. Bound. Cursed. And that curse became his power. That's what modern people called Rizz. A word. A joke. A trend. But Duke's eyes weren't flirting, they were feeding. He knew exactly how to look at someone. How to lock them in. How to unravel the tension in their spine, pull their guard down, and whisper the right word at the right time. It wasn't game. It was a ritual. And every woman who fell for him felt emptier when he left. He never stayed in one place too long. The content, a front. Streaming was perfect, fans came to him. DMs overflowed with volunteers. Nobody questioned a man with fame. But behind all that, he was breeding. 8 women. 8 times the stars aligned. And from those unions, he created something worse than himself. Children. Each one with half of his curse in their veins. Not fully awakened, not yet. But soon. He kept them hidden. A girl in Atlanta who could break people with a wink. A boy in Chicago who made whole classrooms fall in love with him by accident. One in Tokyo who hadn't spoken in a year, but had a trail of obsessed teachers, nurses, strangers. They were growing. And the older they got, the hungrier they became. One by one, they started to reach out to him. Dad, what's happening to me? Why do people do anything I say? Why do they cry when I leave? And Duke would only say one thing. You're becoming. But one child, the 9th, the one he hadn't planned, didn't want to become anything. Kamari. Her mother had escaped him. Hid her daughter for 14 years. Taught her to close her eyes when people looked too long. To never speak when it felt too easy to be listened to. But Kamari knew something was wrong. She didn't feel right in mirrors. Her reflection smiled sometimes when she didn't. She could hear her father's voice in her dreams, even though she'd never met him. And now, he was calling to her. Kamari stood at the edge of the hotel rooftop, her eyes locked with Duke's. Below them, the city shimmered. Neon lights flickered like dying stars. Behind her, the others waited, 7 of them. His other children. They had gathered for the first time. Called by blood. All of them awakened. All of them hungry. You're the final one, Duke said, voice low, soothing, the way demons talk to prey. When you accept what you are, we become gods. Kamari's hands trembled. But it wasn't fear. It was resonance. Something inside her was pulsing, growing, opening like an eye that had been shut for too long. She could feel the pull, the desire to belong. "I'm not like you," she whispered. Duke stepped closer, the smirk on his lips ancient and knowing. "That's what they all say at first." The others stared in silence. Faces calm. Beautiful. Dead behind the eyes. "I didn't ask for this," Kamari said. "Neither did we," the boy from Chicago replied. "But here we are." Duke opened his arms like a messiah. "This world is soft. Weak. Addicted to attention. We don't have to hunt anymore, they offer themselves to us. And we devour," the Tokyo girl murmured. Kamari stepped forward. Her reflection shimmered in Duke's sunglasses, and for the first time, she saw not her face, but something monstrous. Something with black eyes. With teeth made of voices. With a smile that made the world around it rot. Her reflection was already becoming. "Join us," Duke said. Kamari closed her eyes. And when she opened them again, her voice changed. Soft. Smooth. But sharper than a blade. "You think you created us," she said. "But you didn't teach us everything." Duke raised an eyebrow. "What are you saying?" Kamari turned to the others. "You feel it, don't you? He isn't the end. He's the start. We're stronger now. Together. We're not his legacy. We're his replacement." For the first time in centuries, Duke looked afraid. Kamari stepped closer, her voice layered with something ancient and female, the priestess whose soul had been bound long ago. "You sold your soul for control," she said. "But control is a temporary thing." And with that, she touched his chest. The light in his eyes flickered. His smirk cracked. And then, Duke Dennis, the immortal predator, collapsed. Not dead. Devoured.